shaitan of theirs, that balut of theirs, that degree that has destroyed them, destroyed their intellect and their correct, pure way of thinking. They have believed that in Islam we have to be progressive, or we have to liberalize it, or we have to become secular Muslims, or liberal Muslims, or advanced Muslims, or progressive Muslims, or other social garbage Muslims, satanic Muslims in other words. Because there's no such thing as all these names. This is not Muslims. This is kufr and devil worshipping. You know, they get these degrees, and now they think that they're better than other people. And they want to put their ideas and their intellect before the Quran and Sunnah. They want to reinterpret Islam. Faha alaykum. This is kufr, and you are kuffar by doing this. Subhanallah. So which would you prefer to take as your example? Would you take your example as your example, Khadija? Or would you take this PhD degree who's trying to reinterpret Islam? A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. Wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So be like Khadija and earn a place in the heart of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam that no one wallahi can ever replace. Another great example, and inshallah we'll leave this at the last of these examples, is Aisha bint Abi Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, who did not graduate as well from London University. You know, Aisha did not graduate from London University, nor from Sydney University, nor from the American University, nor from Denmark University, nor from any other Balut University. They graduated, and she graduated from the University of Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Allahu Akbar, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What a great university to graduate from. She got a degree, a BA degree, a master degree, a PhD degree, a professor degree from no other than Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And thus, she was a student who attended the scholarly teachings institution of Muhammad sallam. Today, her utterances, this is Aisha, her utterances, what she said, are studied in faculties of literature throughout the entire globe. And not only that, her opinions, her verdicts, her legal pronouncements are likewise studied in colleges of law all around the world. And she had no PhD degree. She went to no mingling or mixing of universities where she sat down and surrounded by men. Her university was no other than قال رسول الله قال الله تعالى قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Her life is proof that a woman can be far more learned than men, and that she can be the teacher of scholars and experts. Wallahi, sisters, if you study her life, it is also wallahi proof that the same woman who can be so intelligent, so high up there in knowledge, the same woman can be totally feminine and be a source of pleasure, joy and comfort to her husband. You know, out of those who memorized a lot of ahadith, she was one of the four, or among the four, who memorized more than 2,000 sayings. More than 2,000 sayings of the Prophet ﷺ, 2,000 ahadith. This is Aisha bint Abi Bakr. Over 2,000 narrations. And subhanAllah, the companions, many of the learned companions, benefited from Aisha's knowledge. You know, Abu Musa al-Ash'ari once said, the great Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, who is known to be one of the most knowledgeable companions of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, if we companions had any difficulty on a matter in Islam, we asked Aisha about it. Subhanallah. We asked Aisha about it. And we know that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam loved her dearly. You know, subhanallah, she actually was a very, you can say she was jealous. I won't say very, but she was a jealous wife. And she knew wholeheartedly that he loved her more than any other wife. But she would always want reassurance. And it's a typical of a co-wife. You know, you get many co-wives that would like her husband to show security towards her, like to feel secure, safeguarded, and reassured that, you know, you love me and that you really want me. So she used to always ask him. One of the questions that she asked one day, she said to her husband, Muhammad sallam, how is your love for me, Ya Rasulullah? You know, do you love me? And he responded, subhanallah, by saying, my love for you is like the rope's knot. Like what? Like the rope's knot. You know the rope, how strong it is when you put it into a knot? He said, my love for you is that strong. It's like the knot. And it's extremely hard to untie or undo a knot when it's done strongly. So he said, my love is as strong as that knot. It's strong and secure, he told her. And then time after time and time after time thereafter, she would always ask him, Ya Rasulullah, how is that knot today? And you say, subhanallah, what a beautiful question. Ya Rasulullah, how is that knot today? You know, is that knot, is it still strong? Has it become loose? Is it weaker? And he would always reply, Ala halihi, Ya Aisha, Ala halihi. In other words, in the same condition, Ya Aisha, in the same condition, subhanallah al-azim. So we ask the Almighty Lord that we take these women, the likes of Aisha, the likes of Khadija, and all of them, to be our role models. Dear sisters, understand something. You know, everyone in this world wants happiness. But what or how is happiness determined? Is it by time or by place? No, it isn't. Happiness is determined only by faith in Allah and obedience to Him. You know, matters that are rooted in a person's heart. What we've got to understand is the heart has a far-reaching significance in that it is the place that the Almighty Lord continuously looks at and scrutinizes. If faith settles itself in the heart, once you see the faith in your heart, wallahi, happiness, contentment, tranquility will pervade both in the heart and the soul. So, happiness in this world is not in what you have. Happiness in this world is in the heart. How much love, how much faith you have for Allah Ta'ala. I'll give you an example of a great scholar, as you all know, Ahmad ibn Abdul Halim ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. And subhanallah, for all humans, male and female, his example was one of the greatest. He spent his time on this earth. He had no family. He had no place to call home. No family. No place to call home. He had no wealth. He had no position, rank or status. He had a room adjoining the central mosque that he used to stay at. A slice of bread to keep him going for the day. No food in the sense of big banquets, a chicken, taste, which is the lamb, cows, buffaloes, whatever else you may eat. He had none of this stuff. He had only a slice of bread to keep him going for the day, and he had only 2 garments to wear. So again, no family, no place to call home, no wealth, no position, no room in reality to stay in, a slice of bread to keep him going for the day, and only 2 garments. Sometimes you'll see him sleeping in the mosque, other times you'll see him sleeping in that room, that little room. But he had something, and he told us what he had. He said to all of us about his situation when he was asked. He said that his paradise was in his breast. His execution meant martyrdom. Imprisonment was peaceful seclusion. And being exiled from his country meant traveling abroad as a tourist. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. It is such sentiments, I repeat, such sentiments could come from him, and only because the tree of faith in his heart had firm and solid roots. See, when a tree is planted, What makes a tree strong?